Hi there, Nu-Trix here. Today we're looking into a new plugin from Arturia. It's called Efx Motions. A lot of movement, of course, motions. It's fun, it's quirky. It's part of what I call the creative plugins. It's not there to fix anything in your mix. It's not there to clean up your mix. It's there to create new sounds. It's there to be part of the creation process. It can give life to a stale sample. It can bring, come on. Well, you'll understand right away. You have the normal window, simple. You've got the screen on top. You've got different modulator that you can play with, and they can all follow. For each of them, when you click on them, the information you have under it is actually how this filter, for example, will change. So we've got the information about the filter type. There's a lot of things here you can choose from. There's just a huge amount of options here. Then you have the way it's going to move. Do you want a different movement of your filter? How it's going to be triggered, and how it's going to be affecting the sound itself. I've got this sound here. I've got a drum playing. Simple drum playing. Now if I turn this on, that is so cool. Okay, let's actually look at what we have. We have the filter active right now. We got the drive that is activated also. And we have the pan. We have the volume. See, so you can play with that. So let's actually turn this on, off, this one off. Let's keep the drive and the filter. So the filter actually, you select the type of filter you want. High pass, band pass, notch filter, clean. We've got a bunch of them. Let's say we go back to 24 low pass. Here we go, this one. You can decide how it's gonna affect this, and this is how much the macro will be able to control it if you need to. So you hear the movement, you go, okay, this might be too much. The trigger here is where you're going to select. You want to select the envelope. It's an envelope sequencer. So the envelope, you have it here. When is it going to be triggered? None. You can So you can decide here. There's presets for this. You have Euclidean also. Let's just not the drive, so we'll hear just that. Okay, you can twist it. You can have more density or less. Here, so you really have control over that if you want to. Or like this, you go back to clock, and it follows the clock. You can change also for the left-right stereo. You can also slow it down. Half the speed of the clock. So there's all these different ways to trigger. In this case, the envelope you have here, or dynamics. Basically, it's going to be how the volume comes in. It's going to be triggering this. So you could say it's just going to be triggered when it goes over a certain volume. Let's try this with the drive, distortion. That follows the clock. What is the dynamics? I could say See, it's only when it gets to the peak of the volume here that it triggers. This is pretty cool. That's the logic. I mean, each of these volume, you can understand, you can have them have the shape you want and trigger that the way you want. You've got transient, MIDI. You can also have a MIDI note that triggers this. It's going to wait for a MIDI note to be triggered. You have Euclidean, envelope, sequencer, clock. And what else do we have? We have, the last one is repeat. Repeat is interesting. You can understand that this one you can play. In this case, you're playing with, you see, this is a roll. These stops here at 1. And you can also say, well, I want it. But this is really cool. Here you got super unison. And we got a ping pong delay. Let's listen to the sound that the example you have in this. Eight-part builder. Sorry. This is cool. So we got a lot of them. Gated rhythm, stutter. Let's try that. So it usually uses this part here, plus the pan that goes left and right. You go back to the noise here. See that the laugh is a noise being triggered, the group laugh. So this is pretty nice. What's also important is that you can select where it's going to be affecting. This is affecting everything. So it's going to only affect that part. That's for the whole effect, the entire effect. And at the bottom, you've got functions. So you can say, again, these could be an LFO that is going to be affecting this section here. So this is actually macro 1. You just like take this and say, I want to affect the threshold. Can you affect the threshold? Let's say recently, affect this one, the motion. See? So it's function here. I want to affect dynamics. Bring that up. So now this one is going to affect this thing. You see the movement here. And when you don't know what to do and how it works, I suggest like everything from Arturia. You go into here and select tutorials, and you follow this. It's going to go through all the features of it, and it's really great to go, oh, I could do this and that. So explore, have fun, bring life into old samples and loops that you have, or when you're stuck in a rut and you're trying to figure out a transition between one section and the other. This is just a perfect thing to just pop in, create the sound. It doesn't even need to be in the song. When I mean actively in the song, you might just use this to create in real time the sound with the effect, save it, record it as an audio file, put it as your break, and it's going to be your break beat or your break between the first part, second part. So use this to create these build-ups, these breaking, these changes, these transitions. And on top of that, just make some music with this. This is really cool. It can become chaos, but it can be really just perfect for that transition that you take what you already have, breaking down into something cool, and then you start the next section. That's it. Stay safe, make more music, and check out this. It's cool. Good job, Arturia.